Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain about regions, availability zones, Amazon EBS, EFS and S3. So let's get started with regions. So what is region? It's just a physical location across the world where a group of data centers are present. So each region has multiple data centers and every region in the world is interconnected with each other. So every region has a name and corresponding code. Asia Pacific Mumbai is the region name and its corresponding code is AP South 1. We can choose one of this region to deploy our services. Next one is availability zones. Availability zone is one or more discrete data center with redundant power, networking and connectivity in an AWS region. We can say that availability zone is a data center within a region. These availability zones are separated tens of miles apart from each other to reduce chance of disaster or any other issues. Availability zone also has names and corresponding codes. These are availability zones of Mumbai region, AP South 1A, 1B and 1C. This is a graphical representation of how regions are across the world. So we can think why these regions and availability zones are located at different physical locations. It is to provide additional scalability and reliability. Also in order to isolate from disasters. Another advantage is closest the region, lower is latency. If we choose a closer region, latency will be low and it is helpful for end users. Also, if we want our data to reside within a boundary, let's say India, then we could choose Mumbai region. To see AWS infrastructure, just go to your browser and type infrastructure.aws. Here we can see the regions and availability zones all around the world. These orange color boxes are regions. Just we can swipe to rotate this. If we click a region, inside it we can see these three blue dots. These three blue dots are availability zones in the Mumbai region. So in Mumbai there are three availability zones. In AWS Management Console, on the top right corner, we can select the region. So just click on this one and we can see various regions. We can select the region we want. And this is the availability zones status. So this is how we can select a region. Now moving to Amazon Elastic File System. Amazon Elastic File System provides a file storage system. So what is file storage? We can say that we have been using this storage since we started using computer. It is a hierarchical storage methodology used to organize and store data on a computer hard drive. So here this file is a single piece of information stored at one location. Let's say this file is in my computer and I want to share this with multiple users. Then there comes NAS, Network Attached Storage, which is a file level computer data storage server connected to a computer network to provide data access. So in file storage, a common data source is shared with multiple users. And this is how files are stored in the hard drive on our computer. So EFS is a high performance network file storage. Here multiple EC2 instances can access an EFS at same time. Also we can mount file system across multiple regions too. EFS is highly scalable, durable and available. Also it is easy to use. It is used as a common data source for any application that runs on multiple instances, but it gets complex with increasing size and in turn makes the process slower. So if we need a shared file storage option for multiple EC2 instances, then we can use EFS. Next one is Amazon Elastic Block Store. Amazon EBS provides block storage service. Block storage service is nothing but here data is separated into equally sized blocks. When a user stores data, the data is separated into equally sized blocks and SAN places these blocks of data wherever it is most efficient. And when user requests data, SAN reassembles these blocks of data and presents them back to the user. And here file is not stored at one location, so it doesn't rely on single path and data can be retrieved quickly. Block storage is efficient for databases, enterprise software or file systems. The one thing is that it has limited capacity to handle metadata. Here every block contains a metadata of file location, so it has limited capacity to handle metadata. Otherwise EBS is efficient and it has the lowest latency. Latency means measure of delay. Also EBS is highly available and durable. So in EBS we can create volumes and mount file systems on top of these volumes. EBS is only accessible from single EC2 instance from a particular AWS region. So if we need a storage service for a single instance, then we can use EBS. Next one is Amazon Simple Storage Service. It provides object storage service. So what is object storage? Object storage is a flat structure in which files are broken down into discrete units called objects. In block storage we saw that data is separated into equally sized blocks. Here files are broken down into discrete units called objects, and these objects are kept in a single repository. So each object contains data, metadata and a unique identifying number. So S3 facilitates object storage and it stores data as objects. So we can in S3 we can simply create a bucket and store infinite amount of data in it. We can retrieve these data using keys. Keys are nothing but unique identifier for each and every object. S3 is not limited to EC2 instance, which means S3 has access to multiple EC2 instances. In S3, we can access data programmatically or directly by other cloud services. Also, S3 provides unlimited storage. It is highly durable with 11 nines and it is highly available. So based on preference, we can choose between EBS, EFS and S3. Thank you.